Ladies and gentlemen, I have accomplished the mission. I am currently on a super yacht, which is really, really cool, and I'm doing the night shifts. So my hair's a little crazy, I'm wearing my crazy Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, and I'm covered in polish, because I've been polishing this big, beautiful boat. And tonight I thought I'd make a video on sorcery and alchemy, and how you can make your life absolutely incredible with the awareness that I'm going to give you in this video. And these are going to be a few stories and a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way in my life, which are ever coming in and ever making themselves aware to my conscious awareness, which is super exciting, and I'm very privileged to even be able to tell my story. So I manifested this whole thing right now, and all of this. And what I've understood from being here for the last few nights, I've had some time to integrate and had some time to be on my own. And what I noticed through being on my own is I'm like, I've got everything I wanted, everything I could have ever needed and had, and yet I feel this fear. I feel this emptiness. I feel like I need to plan something more. I need to be more. I need to do all of this. And going around this fort, I thought to myself, this seems like something similar that I've gone through before. Because I noticed lots of thoughts, lots of paranoia, lots of ideas coming through. And I thought to myself, it felt like I'm over here, and all of this stuff's over here. And then I recognised it for what it is, which is the mind. The mind is a supercomputer, and what this supercomputer is doing is giving you a channel of ones and zeros all of the time. I want you to think of it as like a river of thoughts. This river is molecules of water, and you can pick any molecule of water, but imagine it's a different thing, a different universe of potential in every single drop. And you can pick it, you literally can pick it, and it's going round and around. You know, there's a good scenario, there's a bad scenario, there's a happy life, there's a shitty life, all of this stuff. And you can pick the good one every time. It's just about being conscious and recognising which one is the best universe to pick. So, as I've been on here, I thought to myself about this mind space and all of these ones and zeros, and I was like, well, let me come out of this, because all of these are demons, and you can keep demons at arm's length, and you can choose which ones to let yourself into, and you can choose which ones to identify with. You don't have to be a part of this mind chatter. So you meditate, you listen to other people that meditate and come on the same conclusion, and it all seems to be a very clear machine. This whole thing, your human life, your whole perception, all of it, like the very mechanisms of God, is a very well-oiled machine. And if you recognise the different cogs and parts of it, you recognise your mind, then things are going to get a little bit easier. So I want to tell you a story. 5 years ago, I was locked in a studio apartment. Very privileged, I know. This was in the second half of the COVID lockdowns, and I'd already gone through 2 lockdowns, which, to be honest, I really enjoyed. I really loved it. I was at my home in England, and I was with my family and with a girlfriend, and I was raising quail, and I had a really good time. I became a farmer, and I just used the time productively, and I learned a lot, and I had a really good time. And then I managed to manifest me getting into drama school. This took a long time and a lot of focus, but I managed to finally get into drama school, which is what I wanted to do. I arrived there and I thought, right, let's get stuck in, we'll do workshops, we'll do all this. But then COVID came back, or at least the construction of COVID came back, and they locked everyone in their houses once again. This time, people have already done it once, and they've got used to it. People having barbecues, no one really cares. But I had got myself into a studio apartment, and also all my classmates were in their own halls. They had the ability to talk to each other and make friends. I was on my own, isolated in this studio. I had a bed, I had a small kitchen, a bathroom, and a suicide-proof window about this big, and it opened about this much. And I'm in this studio. There's guards patrolling outside of the door, and I have to have an excuse of why I need to go outside, and where I'm going, if I'm doing food shopping, whatever, and I'd have to sign this register and give them a time and everything for me to leave. And what I'd do is I'd go on my electric skateboard and I'd just go back and forth on the seafront, thinking and being outside, being in the fresh air, actually just stretching my legs and existing. And I felt very strange because I didn't have my friends, I didn't have my tools, I didn't have anything but myself. And to me, what this was is a jail cell. It's nothing but a jail cell. And over the course of about 4.5 months, I was very, very depressed, I was very upset, and I didn't know what to do. And so what I started to do was clean. I started to clean this studio. I started to feel it and understand it. I started to cook with myself and spend time with myself and do exercises. And, I really learned how to look after myself in the studio. And so what I did was, from nothing, from a jail cell pretty much, I made it my home. I made this barren wasteland my garden. I grew the trees, I grew the fruit bushes, and I reaped the benefits and the fruits, which were then my reward. And this took a long time. And when it came time to actually getting all the momentum, and then I met loads of people again, and life, the sun came up from the darkness, and everything became good. And after then, I didn't really experience this kind of idea again. I didn't really understand what had happened here. I was like, this studio, I'd mentioned it many times and enjoyed this experience thoroughly. I fell in love with my prison because I made it my home. I trusted myself, and rather than looking at everyone else for help, I focused inwards. And when I arrived on this yacht, only 6 days ago, bear in mind, I started to get the same essence, the same feeling, the same kind of mind thoughts and pains that were coming up, growing pains. And I was listening to lots of Buddhist monks on podcasts and things like this, and teachings of Jesus and things like this. And the thing that came up, which was striking, was, oh my goodness, every single time you go and push yourself into a brand new thing, you're going into a new jail cell. Which means you've got a brand new blank canvas, or you can look at it differently. You've got a brand new blank canvas, which you're not used to. You don't have the tools you had before. You don't have the experience you had before. But now you've got a brand new fresh start. You've got something to enjoy and flow with and make good. It does not have to be a depressing thing, because first of all, it's not. You have the world at your disposal. You have all the tools. So you've got this brand new canvas, and of course it's going to feel strange. You're not going to know what to paint for a minute. And it's going to take time for you to actually get some inspiration. But once you feel around the parameters of your canvas, once you really understand the texture, you open your paints, you really feel yourself in it. You look around, like, look at this, like all this brand new stuff you start to recognise. And then it becomes so clear. It all becomes clear. Things take time and things need patience. And a thing that came to me this week was, first of all, you've got the demons, the mind chatter, that's one thing. So you've got to acknowledge that, that's going to come up. Then you've got to acknowledge the sacrifice. You have to sacrifice everything that came before this in order for this thing to materialise into a brand new reality. You have to let go of your previous reality for this one to have the attention and the nurturing that it needs to actually start fruiting and to start growing properly. And it takes a bit of time. This is my first yacht. This is the first time I've done anything like this, and this is going to be weird for a start. This is a learning experience. Everything in it is a blessing. Everything is a blessing. Like, always remember that. And as I'm feeling this, I started to realise, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is how to do it in every single place in life. Even with dating people again, in all this stuff. It's like heartbreak. When you fall in love with someone else, you often let go of the other person entirely that was kind of haunting you for a while. And same with when you fall in love with life itself. You let go of all the things that were keeping you hostage, those connecting bonds. This is what Neo had happen in the Matrix. When he woke up in the Matrix, all of those tubes come out of him. This is just words at this point. All of it is just words. And I want you guys to know is, no matter how many videos you watch, no matter how much you take in and absorb and you try and digest, is you have to actually allow the lessons to happen. You have to live through the experience. You have to go through it, all of it. And this is the good part. It's like, it's not actually something that's very productive to avoid. It just creates more books in the library to read. So just, if you take anything from this video, face the big thing that's haunting you, the big thing, all the darkness, and start to realize that you are the sorcerer. You have the means to clean up the mess. And once the mess is cleared up, then you can enjoy the space that the mess was in the way of. And when you can enjoy the space, then you start falling in love with life all over again. And I think it's important to say, fall in love with the process all the time. Fall in love with the work. In a minute, I'm going to clean this whole boat. I'm doing polishing tonight, which is why I'm covered in polish. And rather than thinking about the future while I'm doing this, why not just enjoy the polishing process? Really enjoy doing something new. And I'm on my own at night time. This is fun. This is new. It's cool. My hair's all over the place. I'm wearing these crazy glasses. It's all a bit mad. But it's something new to look forward to and something new to experience. This is possibly quite a different video to the ones I've made previous, and I hope you've stuck around, because I'm trying to get the words out for this. This has been difficult to actually speak of, because it's brand new to me. Actually taking all of these understandings and binding them together and wrapping them in a bow is quite the challenge, in understanding how to vocabularize it, how to bring it into the right constructive thing for you to understand. Now, of course, you understand what I'm saying. Like, this is just the basic mechanics of the universe. All of this, we can pluck anything. Like, anything can happen. Another point, and this will be my last point in this video, is look at if you've seen the Marvel films, you've got Doctor Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange has a beginning, and he doesn't know how to use his powers, he doesn't understand the astral realm, it's all very scary, it's all very overwhelming. And then he builds himself up to actually becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, having all of these incredible abilities and powers and everything. But yet he's no different from any other Avenger, he's no different from any person on the planet. Every single person has their own alchemy. Black Widow, she has her own alchemy and sorcery in terms of understanding how to fight, understanding how to move, understanding how to think as an assassin, all this stuff. Iron Man has a very physical, role in mechanics and building stuff physically. Doctor Strange has a metaphysical approach. He's literally doing the same as Iron Man, same as Black Widow, but in the metaphysical realm. He's in the astral realm, he's in the imagination realm. He's using his mind to create matter, which is then manifesting all around him, so he's all powerful. And all these characters, the reason why they make these things is just echoes of your own reality. You understand that all of this stuff is just normal reality. Much like Spider-Man, Spider-Man Far From Home came up the other day, where he is literally fighting a sorcerer, which is a fake sorcerer, an illusionary sorcerer. Much like these demons, people have demons in their mind, like fighting them all the time. Mysterio, the character played by Jake Gyllenhaal, is literally a guy using illusion and all this stuff to fuck up Spider-Man, to fight him. And then Spider-Man realizes that he's in control. He's in control of his own mind, and the only thing Mysterio's doing is giving him suggestions of what to do. Suggestions and just false illusions are just suggestions. That's all they are, thoughts, all of this stuff. You have the full power to make this stuff concrete, to actually accept this into reality and build it properly. Whew. Now, I think we'll end this video here. I'm pretty sure we've said everything we need to cover. This was a difficult video for me to vocalize and to get out, and yeah, it's just tricky. this whole journey's tricky, and it takes a while to figure out. But once you start to assemble the jigsaw, things start to come together. Now, mine's not perfect. My jigsaw is still scattered, and there's only vague images that I'm making out. But I'm making out images at this point, whereas before it was literal just scattering of pieces. Another thing to note is, whatever everyone else around you is doing, and this is the thing I've noticed recently, is people will try and make things your problem. People will try and play around with your reality. Again, these are just suggestions. You don't have to take any shit from anyone, ever. It's all a choice. Like, it's absolute all choice. It's mind chatter. So anything that anyone else is ever doing around you is just a suggestible thing. It doesn't really exist. Like any of this doesn't exist. It's all stuff you get to choose. Everything is a choice. So if you're angry about something someone said, that's on you, because you've chosen to actually accept their thing as a weight that you can carry. Just look at it again. The river is always flowing. The river is just, it's all choice. It's your choice whether you want to touch it and get wet or not. And if you don't like what you've touched and got wet with, dry yourself, and then you're clean and pure again. That's it. And then you get to pick something else. So the past should not be haunting you. Like, the past has haunted me for years, and I've made peace with it to such an extent that now it's not there anymore. Because once you start to realise the mechanisms of the mind, all of this stuff around you, all of these pieces, you realise, fuck, I am in charge. I am the sorcerer. I am the sorcerer. All of it. All of it. So yeah, I think with that said, we'll leave this one here. I've really enjoyed making this. It's great to speak to you all. It's been a little while, and yeah, when I next speak to you, I'll probably have some deeper insights, and to be able to actually construct something in a more confident way. Even though I feel absolutely confident in what I'm saying, and I know what I'm saying, the information is bigger than I think it needs to be. I think these videos can be shortened down. I think it can be flowed better and stuff like this. I know there's an art to this, and the art is trying. So this is trying and attempting to paint the canvas when it may not be perfect. There is still so much perfection in it. Just thinking like the last few days, where I was 10 years ago, where I was 5 years ago, where I was 2 years ago, even watching the videos that I've had in my private collection for years, and looking back on the past me, even from 2 years ago, the guy that is speaking is so different. And if I could see myself now, I'd be very proud. So proud. So just know that change is always happening. Be aware of the change, though. Find the awareness in the change, and then you'll be able to recognize just how far you've come, because you're progressing every day anyway. Everybody is. So with that said, let's leave this one here. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys, and I will have an amazing evening. It must be 1 a.m. right now, I think. 1:30 a.m. And I'm going to crack on with this night shift, and yeah, I might film a video at sunset as well. Just a little bonus, because there'll be more things that are coming to the mind, or coming to me in the nighttime. So yeah. Anyway, let's leave this one here. See you guys later. Bye.